see something that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to be exposed to before.
Doing that and seeing the magic that comes from it is what makes Blizzcon epic.
And I want to encourage you all to show them who you are and have fun this weekend. We're going to be having fun right with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and CEO of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime.
Well, I hope you guys really enjoy the opening ceremony of BlizzCon 2013 live here on DirecTV on the Audience Network and live on the web as well. Enjoy the opening ceremony.
To me, BlizzCon is community.
None of this stuff exists without the participation of the community.
Every BlizzCon is really just about the chance to re-engage with the community at a real personal level.
It's a way for us to thank the community for all of their support and passion.
With BlizzCon, we wanted to make it about what really mattered, and what really matters is the players, and what really matters is the game.
It's when we get together with the people that actually, live and breathe these worlds that we build. And for a brief weekend, right, we get to connect.
The Hordes have returned for BlizzCon here in Anaheim.
We couldn't do anything that we do without the support of our players.
We are excited as hell.
When we first started it, we really didn't realize would people even want to come to a convention hall in Anaheim and come to this event.
I think for the first time, we really felt like we were part of something much bigger.
We do have people that travel from all over the world.
Players from over 60 different countries coming in.
There's this surreal realization of the diversity.
It's so much bigger than you are and bigger than we are.
It's really about the things that are exciting or passionate, shared interests, shared experience.
Oh, hell yeah!
Costume contest. That one is always one that we always love to watch.
A highlight for me is always the StarCraft 2 Grand Finals. Watching a full hall with cheers and the moans, and it's like the best thing ever.
Things about BlizzCon, you walk around and everybody's owning their fandom, and they're owning their geekiness, and they're owning their passions about this stuff, and it just makes you just free to geek out at that level yourself.
And this is many times the first opportunity for people to meet each other in real life.
I met my wife at BlizzCon, crazy,
Will you marry me?
What's really exciting about BlizzCon is bringing the players together with each other, and it's bringing the developers together with the players.
There's nothing more important for us than making sure we're making the best, most engaging games in the world. There's no better way to do that than talking with our players, interacting with our players.
I definitely hope that, Red Shirt Guy takes it easy on me. That'd be nice. Go out of your way to stop and say hey and just meet people.
Do something and see something that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to be exposed to before.
Doing that and seeing the magic that comes from it is what makes BlizzCon epic.
And I want to encourage you all to show them who you are and have fun this weekend. We're going to be having fun right with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and CEO of Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to BlizzCon 2013. I have been looking forward to this weekend for a long time. It is so great to be back here with all of you. I've missed you guys. That video brought back a lot of great memories for me. As we look back over the years at what makes BlizzCon so special, it's really all about you. It's about your passion as a community. It's the amazing costumes you create and wear. It's cheering for your favorite esports athletes. It's meeting in person with friends who share a common love for games. It's the simple joy of playing those games together and talking about them with other passionate people. That's what BlizzCon is all about. We originally created Blizzard with a simple idea, that if we gathered together talented and passionate gamers and made games that we ourselves were excited to play, that many of you would also enjoy our games. 22 years later, it turns out we were right. So I want to thank all of you here today and everyone watching at home for your many years of support for Blizzard and our games. BlizzCon is our way of saying thank you. Thank you for making our dreams a reality. Thank you for your support, because without it, we really couldn't do what we do. Through the many years of Blizzard's growth, I have learned that making great quality games consistently is the hardest thing to do. It comes together because we're inspired each day by each other and by you, our extended family. Our passion and excitement for the games in this community is still going strong. So I encourage you to see for yourselves. Meet and chat with us and each other through the panels, at the tournaments, and around the game areas. You'll see that you're among family. So from everyone at Blizzard, thank you for being here and welcome home. Can you believe this is our 7th BlizzCon? So much has changed since that first show back in 2005. Back then, we only took up about half the convention center. We only sold about 4,000 tickets, and the show wasn't televised. This weekend, all of this space is for us. There are more than 20,000 of you here, and countless more watching on DirecTV and online. I want everyone here to give a big cheer to all of your friends watching at home. We have a great show planned for you. Jay Moore is back. Jay will be hosting the community contests, which always prove to be a highlight of BlizzCon. We've got a new contest this year too, in the talent show, to go along with the costume, movie, and art contests. You can watch all of that right here on the main stage tonight. Do we have any esports fans here? All right. Esports is one of my personal favorite parts of BlizzCon, and there's some great competition lined up this weekend. We have an invitational tournament for World of Warcraft with some of the best arena teams in the world. We also have the global finals for the StarCraft II World Championship Series. Hundreds of StarCraft II pro gamers have been competing for the past 8 months in 3 leagues. One here in America, one in Europe, and one in Korea. They've been competing for a spot at this weekend's grand final. And now, the best of the best are here, the top 16 StarCraft II players in the world. But only one of them will leave as world champion. Let's take a look at a short video to get us in the mood.
I'm so thrilled to be here on this final day. The top 16 WCS points earners of the season go to the BlizzCon finals. He blinks into the melee! Oh God! Pushing this back here! He's gonna kill off MVP here! Oh, he kills off the Mothership Core! He is everywhere! Really, really nicely placed there. He's going to get the immortal. Oh, he gets that as well! generations on the mind. If he loses this game, he is out.
Eight months of competition have all come down to this weekend. This is going to be a great way for us to close out 2013, a year in which we launched Heart of the Swarm and celebrated the 15th anniversary of StarCraft. Of course, we also have some upcoming games for you to check out at the show. The expansion for Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls, is here, and it's playable on both PC and PlayStation 4. You'll get to check out the new Crusader class and explore Westmarch. Tell us what you think and be sure to attend the panels for more info about the expansion. Before I move on, I want to say a few more words about Diablo. As you know, the development team has worked hard to add new features and make ongoing updates and tweaks to the game. But the biggest change is yet to come. 2 months ago, we announced that we're getting rid of the auction house. When we originally mapped out the overall game experience, it made sense to us that an item-based game should have an easy way to trade. But the auction house came with unintended consequences. The auction house took away the joy of finding that awesome weapon after killing tons of demons, or finding that hidden legendary armor in a treasure chest. That shouldn't have happened, but we're going to make it right, and we're not going to stop there. As we revealed at Gamescom, Reaper of Souls is bringing major changes to the loot system to give you more satisfying and more rewarding loot drops. We're also adding new endgame options to make things even more fun and replayable. Our goal with Diablo 3 remains unchanged, to make the ultimate monster killing and loot collecting RPG. All right. World of Warcraft players, where are you? I haven't forgotten about you guys, was just saving you for last. I want to thank all of you guys for making Mists of Pandaria such a successful launch last year. You're going to hear about our plans for the game very soon. You're also going to hear about the Warcraft movie. Duncan Jones is here, the director of the Warcraft movie. And he'll be joined by Chris Metzen and Rob Pardo at the Warcraft movie panel, which will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. right here on the main stage. Don't miss that one. There's a ton of other stuff for you to see and do this weekend. We've got more panels, lots of attractions and activities. We also have some incredible live entertainment to close out the show tomorrow. Southern California's very own Blink 182 is here. So check your schedules, and if you haven't already, download the Blizzcon mobile app for iPhone and Android to help plan out your weekend. I know a lot of you have come here to meet with friends that you've made through Blizzard games, but I also hope that many of you make new friends this weekend. All of us here are here to celebrate a hobby that we truly love. For us at Blizzard, BlizzCon is a way for us to connect directly with all of you. As developers, we feed off the energy and excitement that you bring here. And we take that back with us to work and use it as inspiration and fuel as we work on our games. One of the things we love the most about BlizzCon is giving you a chance to be the first in the world to see and play our newest games. Your feedback will shape how these games are made. With that said, we do have a couple of new things to show you this weekend. To get things started, one of our game directors, Dustin Browder, will be coming on next to talk about Heroes of the Storm. But first, let's check out a little video. Thank you, and enjoy BlizzCon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Game Director and Vice President of StarCraft II and Heroes of the Storm, Dustin Browder.
Wow, BlizzCon. Heroes of the Storm is an homage to all of the amazing games that our players have created inside our editors for many, many years. We have a long history at Blizzard of shipping our tools, our technology, and our art to our players so you can become the developer. You can make amazing games of your own. And we have been blown away by the games you have made. Our communities have helped to create the tower defense genre, a whole genre of games that's gone on to take on the world. Our community helped create this hero brawler genre that has gone on to just conquer the whole of all of gaming. So when we had a chance to make one of these games our own, we really couldn't resist. Back in 2010, we had an assignment to make one map for BlizzCon to show you how our tools worked, how good they could be, the amazing kinds of games you could create inside StarCraft II. So we made this map that would become one day Heroes of the Storm, and we brought it to BlizzCon. And we showed it to you guys, and you guys stood in line for hours to play this game. And you gave us amazing feedback. You told us the game was awesome, and you told us really great ways how we could make the game better. So we got pretty geeked up about that. We went back to the office, and we worked on the game for another year, and we brought the game back in 2011 again. And we showed it, and again you stood in line for hours to play it. And you told us, this game is awesome, you gotta do more with this. And we took the game back to the studio, and everybody in the studio said, this is really cool. You guys gotta do more with this game. And so here we are now, in 2013, with Heroes of the Storm. And that's why this game has changed its name a couple of times over the years. Because it was at one point just a map. And that's all it needed to be. It had to have a name suitable for that. And as we've taken it from BlizzCon to BlizzCon to BlizzCon, our expectations for the game have grown, your expectations for the game have grown, and now we're finally here today. And now, I'd like to show you a video of how Heroes of the Storm plays in its alpha version today.
Prepare for combat. Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard the game. It is a combination of all of our heroes, all of our villains brought together in a single battle to the death. You're going to be able to play as Arthas, as Kerrigan, as Diablo, as all of the heroes and villains you've come to know over the last many, many years. Many of these heroes are 10, 15 years old. They've got their own comic books, they've got their own novels, they've got their own cinematics, they've got their own games with their epic storylines all built in. But it's not just enough for us to just pay homage to the game and the games that our players have created. We've got to do something more. We've got to provide you with new challenges. We've got to challenge this genre and show you what it can become. So one of the ways we're going to do this is with our battlegrounds. And these are not just maps. These are all worlds with their own characters and their own ways to play. So we're going to take you to Blackheart's Bay. And on Blackheart's Bay, you're going to collect cursed treasure, and you're going to deliver it to an evil pirate lord. And when you give him enough treasure, he's going to join you, however briefly, and turn the cannons of his ghostly pirate ship on your enemies. You're going to go deep underground on a whole other battleground to the haunted mines. And you're going to go and collect the skulls of fallen warriors, and you're going to take those skulls back to the surface, and you're going to combine them with dark necromantic magic and create a grave golem, this massive creature that's going to charge across the battlefield, destroying enemy castles and fortifications. On a whole other battleground, we're going to take you to the Dragonshire, and there you will discover the obelisk of the sun and the obelisk of the moon. When you capture these, you'll open up the ancient dragon altar, and then you can choose one hero from your team, your chosen champion, and you can send him to the dragon altar where he'll be transformed into the Dragon Knight, an unstoppable demigod that will slay any hero foolish enough to stand in his way. All of this is playable today at BlizzCon. We have hundreds of machines for you to play this game. We've got ways for you to give us feedback. There's hundreds of developers scattered throughout this hall who would love to hear from you how we can make this game better. We have an overview panel today. On this stage at 4:45, we have a deep dive
tomorrow at 1:30 in Hall A, followed by a live, shoutcasted match where the game developers are going to battle to the death in Heroes of the Storm for your amusement. Finally, the beta signups for Heroes of the Storm are going live today. So you can sign up for our beta, you can play the game, give us your feedback, and you'll be able to help create Blizzard's next big game. Now, before I go, I want to say that this game wouldn't be here without BlizzCon. When we came to BlizzCon, we were inspired by the art hanging on the walls, by the banners that shows all of these characters together, and we thought, wow, those are all really cool games. What if they were one game? How cool would that be? And we were inspired by you guys. You guys gave us the encouragement, you gave us the feedback, you gave us the will to go on over the many years where this is just one map until now it's its own original game. So I'd like to say, from everybody at Blizzard, thank you, BlizzCon. Thank you for helping to create Heroes of the Storm. Sorry, I forgot. I'd like to introduce the Chief Creative Officer of Blizzard Entertainment, Rob Pardo.
What up, BlizzCon? Dear Lord, there are a lot of people here. I think way off in the distance, it actually starts to fog out like a video game. Well, I'm up here today to talk to you guys about a little game called Hearthstone. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but actually Hearthstone was kind of a stealth project at Blizzard. You know, for a lot of its development, it was kind of very quiet, and it was experimental. We wanted to see if we could take a small team and kind of go back to the old days of Blizzard and still create an epic Blizzard game, but with a small team. And there was actually a lot of skepticism, you know, especially with the genre that we chose to do, because a lot of people, even at Blizzard, were like, card battling games, those are pretty nerdy and geeky. Is that really going to, you know, appeal to a big, broad audience? So what happened? So we had this fun moment at Blizzard, actually, which happened in last year. I think it was in September last year. And what happened was we did our in-company alpha. And this is something we do for a lot of our products. And we asked the whole company, hey, play the build. And what we usually have to do is we have to let people do that on the clock, because otherwise they'd rather do other work. The games usually aren't quite that much fun yet in alpha. But what we found was we had this playing for 3 weeks. And during that time period, people are staying late, you know, after hours, trying to play the game more. And during that 3-week time period, we had over 5,000 hours played. Yeah. So that's actually when we knew we had a really special game and we had a true Blizzard game. And we were super excited this year when you know, we announced it at PAX, and obviously we got it out to beta, to I'm sure a lot of people here are playing, and the response has just been amazing. You know, watching the streams, watching the players, getting the feedback. I mean, it's really been super gratifying. And Hearthstone represents several firsts for Blizzard, too. You know, along with being experimental, it's our first free-to-play game. It's our first tablet game. And also, it happens to be the first game in a really long time that we announced and got out to the public in the same year. So, all right, so how many of you guys are actually playing Hearthstone now? How many of you are not in the beta? Wow, less than I thought. But good news, all of you that are not in the beta yet, we are going into open beta next month. But